Hey, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to come on here because I was thinking, really, I wanted to come on here because of what happened to me last night. Last night was the first time in a long time that I literally cried myself to sleep. And I was so surprised that it happened that I just allowed myself to feel what I felt. Last week, I had received a message from someone who had told me that a mutual friend had turned for the worse. This is a person that I had met maybe 4 years ago at one of my friends, my real friends' 40th birthday party. And he and I connected. We just hit it off and we connected on Facebook. And what really kept the connection going is the fact that we both battled cancer. I had gone through cancer twice. He had gone through it and was going through it again. And so I would leave messages of encouragement. He would say stuff that was encouraging because, as you know, this journey is not easy. Even if you're out of it and been out of it, it is still an ongoing journey. And so he was just a bright light in the world. So when another person who I know from a mastermind that I'm a part of had told me that he had took a turn for the worse, I got sad because he was one of those people who was very transparent with what he was going through. He shared everything, not everything, but everything that he felt he needed to share. He was so inspiring. And I had prayed that he would get through this. And it seemed like he was doing better. And then all of a sudden it turned for the worse. And the place he worked, the temple he worked at, decided to do a call to pray for healing and to give our love to him. The call was last Thursday at 5:30. Around 5 o'clock, I looked at my email and I saw my friend tell me that he was now in hospice care, that he really had turned for the worse and that they essentially had lost him. So as I tuned in, I was able to see all the people who loved him from his job and from other places in life. And his rabbi, had spoke highly of him and they had songs and it was just a beautiful service for him. And not a, celebration, but more of a, like, we're just gonna pray you through this transition that's occurring. And his husband happened to be on a call with him and his father and the mother. And I could hear him in the background moaning. And it just reminded me, I'm about to cry again. It reminded me of my aunt. Like, I've seen people die from cancer, people who are close to me. And I just remember my aunt, who was the last person that was really close to me transitioning, that she cried out to God to just take her because she was in so much pain and just was tired of the fight. And so when I heard him in the background, I knew that the end was near. And that was Thursday. He ended up transitioning on Sunday morning. And he was surrounded by love. And so, that's what we all would want as we're making it from this place to the next, is that we are surrounded by love. And so I didn't know he passed. I hadn't really been on Facebook as much as I normally am because I set a timer on social media as to how much time I spend. And I just did not want to spend too much time. So I didn't really spend anything on there. And so I didn't see people sending their condolences. And so the person in the mastermind called or sent me a message on Monday and asked if I had seen it. And that's when I knew. And, I was sad by it. But I know he's no longer suffering. He's in a better place. But last night before I went to bed, something said, go to his page and see when his services are going to be, because I love hearing about people's lives, especially being that I didn't know him that deeply. I just knew him from Facebook. And even though we had a connection, I only knew a little bit of him. And so I saw that he was not having services, but people were saying things and I decided to read it. And that's when I started crying, and I just allowed myself to feel it and just go to sleep after the fact. But what I want to say to you, because we don't know the day nor the hour as to when it's our last time. The beauty in his transition is that his family was able to let him know how much they loved him. So I just want to say to you to let your family know, let your loved ones know how much you care. Just let people know. We have to do a better job at caring. When I think about what's going on in the Middle East, I think about, the war. You have the Jews fighting the Muslims. I mean, it's so layered, right? This war has been going on for so many years. It's so layered. But what the one thing that they do have in common is they're human, all of them. Everybody's a human being. And we have to do better. We have to see the humanity in one another. We have to care more. We have to love on people more. So that's the message that I want to leave with you today. And I hope that you actually do it. I mean, I know every time someone passes, then we think, okay, I got to do better, because it helps us see our own mortality. And we know that we're not here forever. But I just want to remind you of that, and that we all need to do better. All right, take care. Love you. Bye-bye.